Hey everyone, it's been a minute. Everything seems to be working, so we're going to, turn the audio on. Today we're going to be going through how to set some global variables for your Proton on your on your Steam setup on Linux. I'm going to use Gemini to do it because I think it's nifty. So we're going to go through this together. This has already been done on my end for the Catchy OS Proton. But the location for your Proton stuff on Linux is usually going to be in your .steam folder. It's a hidden folder in your home folder full of symlinks. It takes you to a symlink to that. And I believe it is... Yes, you gotta go to Steam Apps. Then I believe it might be Common. This is for like the Protons you get with Steam, right? Those that have eyes might have already seen the file that we're working on. There is another file though. Huh. Well, for the sake of it, let's do a Proton hotfix, right? So this is a Proton that's installed through Steam. You can see here that every Proton actually has a user settings.py. If you open it with Kate, it kind of gives you instructions. So since I want to do this easier, I'm just going to copy the location. And then if you guys follow up my last video, or if you're doing the same stuff, you can just do Gemini. So copy at... Oh, extra one to this working directory. All right. So we're going to copy it to this working directory just so we can copy it back in. We don't edit the actual file. That way it keeps a backup, because you notice that it is titled user settings sample.py, so it's a Python script. And of course the sample you can just use as the backup since there is no default one. And then, let's say we know what variables we want. So search the Catchy OS wiki for the flags. I want this Proton to have global variables enabled, such as, let's do NTSync, Wayland, FSR 324, and RDNA specific FSR tweaks. Or wait, not RDNA. And tweaks that apply to the 7000 series of graphics cards by AMD. You want to give AI as much information as you can, because it's basically a very informed child at the moment. So we'll let this thing do this thing. And it might automatically do it. So I'm actually going to suggest changes. This is fine. Explain what you are doing as if you were making a video tutorial on this. Do my work for me. Oh, it already figured it out, but I just wanted to add that little bit. So AI is definitely going overboard, and it's going to say, of course, a desktop screen recording, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it tells me a voiceover I should give you, so let's do that. Hey everybody, and welcome to this quick tutorial. Today we're going to set up a custom configuration for Proton hotfix to optimize our gaming experience on Linux. We'll be enabling some cool features like NTSync native Wayland, supporting some specific tweaks for AMD 7000 series graphics cards. So you can see it's like doing this. So the command will be cp. This is the things you can do to teach yourself. I could have did this all manually, but I know there's a lot of people coming into Linux, and this is a good tool to learn. I know it's AI, but it's quick and easy. So obviously, command to copy into the directory. There it is. So it's ask if we can just, allow it. Woo! And then it's going to copy it to it. Then it'll probably start editing it. Okay. AI voiceover again. Great, the file is copied. Now we have our own user settings.py file to work with. The next step is to find the specific configuration options we need. We're looking for settings related to NT-Sync Wayland FSR. So it moved for me. I'm not going to do any more. I might do more, I don't know. So you can see that, it found that the CatchyOS wiki does have flags. So boom, boom. Boom. I believe that's all the ones I want. Oh, it even pulls this. One important note from the wiki, using this FSR might, by default, that's something that all protons are doing. Disable the anti-lag layer because it does cause some issues with the upscaling. Now let's open up and it reads the file. It reads all the lines. So let's see. It's going to add it for us. Allow once. You can see the file it's editing. The green are the changes. Red, if you see red, it's because it's changing or deleting that part of the script. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. It seems to do that. Show me the file we created. And now, you just want to verify it. Always verify. It just read it, but always verify what you are doing. So my working directory for that right now is actually this is the user settings.py. So we'll open it with Kate. You see that I just kind of lumped them in. It didn't add comments. So let's see, let's actually do that. Change the file and add comments for the changes we've made for future reflection. Yeah. Yep, well, I want, blah, blah, blah. Cool, that's done. So now, if you want, I personally like this, because I like seeing, so we can see this enables it. And it gives us a description, enables NT-Sync. So if we don't want that, we can just change that to 0. Remember, when it comes to scripts and stuff like that, 0 is false, 1 is true. It's like that with machine code. Think of a power button. You ever see a power button that you actually flick and it has an O and a 1 on it? Have you ever figured out or wondered what that meant? The O is a 0 for off or false. The 1 is for on or true. I blew your fucking mind. Anyway, that was actually just the small little video for today. I've been trying to rebalance some things in life, but this is how you make global proton changes. The only thing you would do from here is you would copy this in that same proton directory that we found earlier, which is in your home underneath .steam, and then you're going to go to Steam Symlink, and then you're actually going to go, where did we find it earlier? Common, yes. There's that. There's other locations for other protons, depending if you installed them with Lutris or proton-qt, or if you have a default one on CatchyOS. If there is users for CatchyOS out there, it might be a little hard to find that Proton's version directory, but I believe it's user share. What is it? User share. I think it was user share Steam, right? Where is it? Steam compatibility tools, Proton, CatchyOS. You can tell I have one here. We're going to open it with Kate if you want to look at my one. I always by default enable Wayland, the FSR3 upgrade, the NT-Sync, and blah, blah, blah. That's blanketed for all my games. If I come into an issue with something like that, then I'll actually pull Steam over here. So say I didn't want to run Helldivers 2 with that flag because it's causing issues. Well, then I would just do it the old way, and I would be like, we can just copy it from here, make it all nice, and then we would just have to change the format a little bit. Disable it by doing 0. And then, you know, you have to pass the normal command when you're doing Steam launch options, and boom. Now Helldivers 2 will launch with all the commands I have enabled except for NT-Sync. So even though they're global, you still have like a case-by-case basis per game if there's something you need to specifically enable or disable for that game. Anyway, I think this wraps it up. I'm just going to cut it here before I ramble on anymore. Bye.